Hello, welcome to Transformers Tuesday. We're looking at Cyberverse universe Windblade. Windblade has always been a very interesting character, in my opinion. So I've always liked the way she looks. I think it's cool that we have basically, for lack of understanding a way of presenting this, a Japanese, I don't know how to explain it because she's not Japanese descent. She just kind of portrays the Japanese traditional look. She has the headdressing of a Japanese lady, like a geisha girl. And I've had several incarnations of her. This one is from the Legacy. Now I have the instructions in here and I have not looked at them, so I have not peeked yet. I will take them out in case I get stuck. But I would like to transform this without the help of the instructions. I just like to see if it's so intuitive that I could figure this out. Now right off the bat, we know we have two pieces that came out from the actual box. And it seems a little bit washed out. Let me kind of aim this down and get the light behind me a little bit more. All right, so I'm guessing that this piece goes back here. And then I could be wrong, but like a Japanese headdress, like for the ladies, or traditional ladies. And she's got, for some reason, a flaming sword. Now that's different from me. I've not seen her with a flaming sword before that I'm aware of. All right, so for this transformer we have right here in full standing mode from her feet to her head. Now I don't usually count extra parts like wings as part of it. She's a 5-inch tall deluxe figure. And for everybody else in the world, that is about 12.5 centimeters tall. Now if you really want to go to the wingspan, I mean, it can be shifted, so, I mean, maximum height, I guess you can say. We can go up to 16 centimeters, but I don't really consider that in my measurements normally, but just in case. So we got just over 6, probably 6.25 inch tall. Again, I don't count that as part of the overall height of the actual figure. All right, for the articulation, she has a ball joint in the head on her arm. She has shoulder pads that keep you from going too far out, but she can go out about 90 degrees. She could go around 360 degrees if it wasn't for something called wings. I'm sure I could maybe move the wings back and make some kind of exception, but hey, you can trust that. She does have a bicep swivel, which is always a great thing for these. Her elbow is only a 90-degree joint, which is fine by me. Her wrist is a swivel, which is great for sword action. She does have articulation in the waist, which is not something we normally see every day. Her leg is a hinge and a swivel, so she can go up this far. Whoa. Like I said, I just got out of the package, so I haven't explored all the different things that she can do as far as, I haven't explored anything. She can kick back this far. She can kick out that far. And then she does have a thigh swivel. Great. Love it, some thigh swivel. She has double articulated knees, I think. I bend it, it goes 90 degrees. I can't get the red part. Oh, I think the red part's just part of the transformation, it appears, which seems to really, really want to transform. Her ankles are on an ankle rocker, I guess you can call it. Her toes go down. I think that's part of the transformation. All right, so that's her articulation. Let's go ahead and, whenever I do a puzzle, I like to see the picture on the back, and here we go. First off, we're obviously going to get rid of the sword. Her whole nose cone backpack, it may be unsightly. In the traditional ones, it's been more of a tuck out and bring it up, so that is something a little different. I don't know if I need to take off the headdress, but we'll try it without worrying about it for now. Seeing all that stuff on all the kibble on the back is going to make all of her nose cone section, and I'm assuming I'm going to pop it over her head somehow. Okay, my only assumption is I gotta pull this apart. There we go. Oh, look, it's actually a sling it out thing. So you roll it apart, pull this out, and it goes back together. That's very different. I'm still looking at her head thinking, can this go over her head as it is? I'm so afraid I'm going to get her head stuck in there. Maybe I'm supposed to rotate it first, and that's going to make it even harder to get in there. While it's doing this thing, maybe that was my cue to do it then when I got it apart. So this is a very different joint that they don't usually do it like that. All right, I'm not accepting defeat yet, but when I get up a little bit more minutes, I don't want to waste your time as well, so I may have to accept something in defeat. Okay, I'm looking at this, looking at the picture. First off, the windshield is clear on here. The picture is actually blue. Not that that keeps me from transforming. I'm just saying, I just don't want to harm her head. I'm trying to figure out if her head does go in there, or if it's one of those fold inside the chest things. I don't know. I can't see anything in there. These definitely tab into this, so there's definitely got to be something to do with her head. Let's see if I can try one more time to pull her chest off, because it is a very different piece from the back piece. Maybe her arms go inside her chest. I don't know. I'm just trying to think if I can pull the chest away. All right, so I'm going to give up on the chest. Okay, I had this apart. I pulled the nose cone out. Let me put it back down a little bit. Maybe when I was pulling it apart, that was my cue to actually do it. And I know if you're like, oh, why don't you just like look at the instructions? Well, hey, I'm gonna look at somebody who did that then. Vault Matrix is a great example of somebody who knows what he's doing. I'm not one of these people who knows what he's doing. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun here. I'm trying to have fun transforming my Transformers. All right, there it goes. It goes fine. All right, so the arms probably are gonna just be like down to the side. And I'm gonna pop that nose cone all the way in. All right. Got that part done. These legs are really excited about transforming, so I'm guessing, yeah, there we go. We just pull them in, but we got the things right here. We got the actual one right here, so let's get the legs together first, and then let's pull them down. Oh, cool. It actually flips all the way over, so that's really interesting. I'm thinking the wings just go out of the way. Now, looking at the picture up there and looking at what I got, oh, I see. It's the tops on the. She's got to swivel her whole waist around. Oh, look at that! It's going to peg right in. I was watching the comic book somebody last night. Graphic Man, and he had on a guy last night. I was like, oh my gosh, he's way too much like me. He has this changing of his accent every 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna be stuck like that for the next few days. Okay, there's supposed to be a tail wing coming up. I'm thinking, oh, it snaps together, so two pieces actually contribute to the tail wing. It's not just one. Like, great. I'll be talking like a different accent every 5 seconds for the next few days, because that's just the way I am. I am Legion. No. I was like, you'd like a skit I have by this guy named Legion, because he keeps changing his accent. So, but he's a demon. Isn't that special? Well, I'll tell you one thing, Pilgrim. We don't mess around with those kind of people. All right. Do the shoulder pads. Yep, the shoulder pads fold down even more. Well, voila. And I didn't need instructions. Oh, yeah. Giggity gig. I don't like that guy. All right. So, one thing I do like about her, she reminds me of my favorite of all the Seekers, is called Thrust. Now, I still have my original Thrust from my childhood. I freaking love my Thrust. All right. I'm guessing this goes down to here somewhere, maybe, because it's got the little thing, and it's got the little thing right there, but I could be wrong. There we go. So it looks like it's like, you know, fire coming out the back. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it because it reminds me of Thrust. Like I said, Thrust has got the V2L. She's a V2L. She could be Thrust's daughter. It kind of makes sense. I don't even know her real origins. I have a few comic books with her on the cover, but I'm one of these people, like, if I don't get the way comic books are written now, ever since, I guess, the millennium, you need to have, like, a whole arc before you can read. Like, the first 6 issues that somebody let me borrow of the New 52's Justice League, or, like, if you just read one, it's kind of a waste. So you have to read all 6 of them. That's why a lot of people would buy trade paperbacks, so they don't have to wait for they just hold on and just buy them all at one time, or buy the trade paperback. And that's like, yeah, I'd do that too if I like modern comics. All right, so there we go. We got Thrust in her V2O. I like it a lot. So what do you guys think? Is this one that you picked up? Because and let me know, is she actually, I keep calling her Thrust. Did I call her Thrust again? Windblade, her. Let me know, is she Thrust's daughter or related to Thrust somehow? Because she's getting that maroonish color to her red nowadays. It's not as bright and as vibrant as I could remember the first ones being, but I do like this. I like how that legs really pop into place. The early ones didn't do that kind of stuff. And I remember her sword that she had back in the day would used to go into the back of the backpack on one of mine. But yeah, that's really cool. I'm just afraid this is going to scratch her face paint off over time if you're, being careless about it. So we got a lot of kibble on the bottom. From the top, she looks really good, of course, just like most Transformers. All right, well, thank you for watching. This is, again, Transformers Tuesday. Here are the instructions in case you need them. You wonder how far it is from the top to the front to the back. Well, sure. Okay, so from the nose to the toes is about 15.5 centimeters. Oh, in inches? Okay, so Americans, we have from the nose to the toes is about, almost exactly 6 inches. Her wingspan in American terms is 5.5 inches. And everybody but American terms, it is about 14 centimeters. All right, so any other measurements you need to know, like the height of this, which, okay, it's about 5 centimeters from the tip of the bottom. Oh, and you know what? I just realized these are landing gear pieces, and I do remember seeing the landing gear. I just didn't say anything about it. There's landing gear in the front as well. So we have the two kind of tabby, makeshift ones. So from the little tabs on the bottom to the top is 5 centimeters, or in American terms, about 2 inches from the bottom to the top. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a terrific Transformers Tuesday. Whoosh.